guys finished up the last of their hay. So I think the pasture's ready to let them out on. Let's go check it out, see what it looks like. So this is like probably the slowest I've ever seen it grow. It's almost, you know, another 2 weeks it'll be June here. But it is finally starting to get warm, and we're getting some rain finally. It's been pretty dry, pretty warm, which has really kind of stunted the growth here a little bit. And the other thing was, I left these guys out a lot later in the fall than I had wanted to last year. So when you do that, the grass gets eaten down quite a bit further than you know, what would be considered ideal. But it is looking pretty good here. So I think what I'm going to do is, I got that section cordoned off over there, so they shouldn't be able to get out into there. Let's go check this one. We'll put the gates, the spring gates across there, and then they can come up in this meadow pasture here, and I'll leave this open so they can still get around to the water. We can leave that right where it's at, and hopefully these cows start dropping some calves here pretty quick. I was really hoping they would have started dropping their calves down here while they were still in the lower pasture, so I could kind of keep an eye on them. But they got to be getting super close. It's just, you can see they're starting to bag up, but we're getting pretty big bags on them, a few of them, so won't be long. Checked the fences the other day, they all look pretty good, including these kind of temporary fences I got set up for the rotational grazing. All right, let's see what we got here. Alright, that looks good for now. My intention was to put a 10-foot steel gate there, but those spring gates work just as well and a lot cheaper, so. Yeah, this is up to my waist, some of it. Could be a lot taller, but you know, I don't have a ton of cows this year. Got 8 right now, and then hopefully calves, but they'll be drinking mom's milk for a few months. They won't be really eating any grass, so hopefully these guys will take it easy on the pasture, and they'll have plenty to eat till the fall. Oops. That green grass, don't you guys? one of the reasons I wanted to get them out of here too. I want to build a corral here so that when I have my buddy come up and haul the cattle to the sale or bring cattle in or whatever, I can segregate them. I can get them loaded on and off a trailer very easily. I mean, off is not a problem really, but to get them on sometimes can be a real pain. Kind of got ran over when I sent some to the sale. We had these gates set up, and the last little steer we were trying to get on, he kind of ran me over, and I was holding up one of the gates trying to push it in, crunch him in, and he got angry. He jumped on the gate and down I went, and he went over top of me and the gate. So not the best situation, so we'll get something a little bit more permanent set up. Got a guy coming with a skid steer. We're gonna put some posts in and get this all tidied all up. So all right, so one of the problems I've had in the past couple of years is the far side of the pasture where their water usually sits, because it's closer to the well and the frost-free hydrant over there. They tend to spend most of their time over on that side of these 3 paddocks. The problem with that is this side always grows up pretty tall and that side gets ate down to nothing. So I'm gonna try something different this year. I brought their grain bin over here. I'm gonna try feeding them grain every so often over here. And I think what that'll do is they'll end up walking from that side of the field over to this side, checking for grain. They'll still have to go over there for water all the time, but they'll basically have to kind of graze this whole field and use the whole field. So that's the plan anyway. I'm gonna put one of these at the end of each of these 3 paddocks, and then you know, maybe I don't use a ton of grain. I actually use it mostly in the summer to get them to move from one paddock to the next, just to kind of coax them along. But I think I might do it once or twice a week starting now, just to get them used to using the whole field. Always good to give the strainers a little tighten after the winter. Winter definitely loosens up a little. I don't go too tight. My fence posts aren't in far enough where I feel like I can really crank it down like I could at my old farm, where they were 4 feet in the ground on corners. Just can't get them in far enough up here with all the rocks, so that should be good. I will say up here, the nice thing is that if the cows do get out, and they occasionally go through the fence when it shorts out or whatever, the GFCI switch or outlet trips off, and they realize the fence is off. Occasionally they'll go through it, but it's a lot less big of a deal up here on the hill on a dirt road than it is where I used to farm down on a busy highway. So not a real big concern. They usually don't go out of the yard, and usually hang out right outside the fence, and I can get them in back in pretty easy. So pasture's looking really good, but a lot of the grasses are starting to head out. So what I'll probably have to do is go through here in the next week or 2 and just kind of brush hog this down, unfortunately, because my cows aren't going to keep up with it, and you want that fresh young growth to start coming back up. So we'll have to mow it. It is what it is, so I'll mow it as high as I can. There's some good clovers, orchard grass, maybe a little timothy, not much. Bunch of native grasses, and you know, there's a fair share of weeds in all of it too, unfortunately. It's just old pasture, so it is what it is. anybody knows what that is, leave it in the comments. That is cool. I might have to try to, I hate to dig them up and kill them, but they look nice in the, right in front of the house. So one of the moms has been hanging out up there, kind of up by my shooting shack. I think she's either about to have a calf or she just did, because normally she'd be right here with all these other cows. So let's go up and see if we can find her and maybe her new fresh calf. See what's going on over here. Huh. She must just be getting ready. She's just laying over here. No calf yet though. Well, I take that back. I think I see a calf laying over here in the grass. What's up, little buddy? Hey, you're a cutie, aren't you? I thought you were around somewhere. Wow. Look at you. Face is white as snow. Very cool. First of hopefully 6 more. 5 more, sorry. It's a little bull calf. This one was born about 2 minutes ago. He's actually coming out. Thought she was stuck. I was gonna help Mama. I'll pull it out, but looks good. I don't want to get too close. She's cleaning him or her up. She's a good mom though. She's pretty seasoned. She knows what she's doing, so. She's had quite a few calves for me now. I've had her around quite a while. Not sure where the other little guy is hanging out. He's probably over in the bushes somewhere, over in the trees, hiding. So, that's 2. A few more to go.